Hello and welcome. Thank you so much for joining us today on our hashtag MDL21. It is the Microsoft Day of Learning. We hope that you're having an incredible time. Thank you again so much for joining us. Today we're going to be having a look at Microsoft Sway and how it's going to improve every single aspect of your learner's education, from creating incredible presentations all the way through to supporting their learning and using it as an evidence of their learning as well. So thank you again for joining us. We hope that you enjoyed today's session. Follow us on all of our social medias. We've got Twitter, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. We're absolutely everywhere at Tablet Academy SC or Tablet Academy Scotland. So let's jump in and let's learn how to create our very first Microsoft Sway. I'll see you there. Hello and welcome to today's session. Thank you again so much for joining us. Let's jump in. So here I am on Microsoft Office 365, and you'll notice just above me I have the S for Microsoft Sway. There is the icon in there. If you ever get lost and forget which one it is, you can either hover with your mouse or you can click on the waffle in the top left, and there is Sway in there. So I'm just going to click on Sway. And here you're going to see all of your previous sways that you have created or opened as well. You can create your blank sway, and you can also start from a document. This is a really great tool. So what you do is you have a PDF or a Word document that you've already created. If you click Start from Document, you can actually upload a document, and it's going to turn that document into a Microsoft Sway for you. It is an incredible feature. But today we're going to start off by creating a blank Microsoft Sway. So let's click New Blank Sway. So here we are on our Microsoft Sway. The first thing we need to do, and that we always need to do, is we need to put in our titles. So let's go for Microsoft. Oh, it's not typing. Microsoft Day of Learning. There we go. Hashtag MDL21. Okay, so there is our title. Now what's really cool is that it will automatically name your sway the title of your session. Okay, so if you've got that as your title, then it's going to put that in, which is fantastic. So now we can add in a background. So I am going to choose to add in an image. I just clicked on the drag image to here, and I'm going to go upload from my device, and I'm going to upload one that I have already. Oh, we're miles down. There we go. That I've already downloaded. So here we go. Let's see what this looks like. There we go. So now I've got today's session included as the background image, as the title image. So I can now click on the play button in the top right hand corner to view what my sway looks like. Look, Microsoft Day of Learning, hashtag MDL21. It's put in that font for me automatically. And we've now got that background image as the title image for our sway. Really cool. So let's go back to editing. So now what can we do? Well, we can adjust the font that's here. We can emphasize it to make it bold. We can italicize it or accent it there, and we can also create a hyperlink as well on that that title there. Let's keep it as is. The next thing I want to do is I want to add in some information. So I'm going to click on the plus to insert content, and we get loads of different options here. We can include a heading, we can include text, an image, a stack. So that is lots and lots of images in together, and you can kind of fire through them like a kind of photo collection. It's really cool. And lastly, you can upload something as well. Within the text, we've got the two that we saw there. The media, we can include images, videos, audios, embed and upload. A wee tip for you So something that we were finding was that YouTube videos sometimes weren't working particularly well with just sharing that as a video. So if you go to the embed option there, you can actually embed the YouTube video, and it works perfectly every time that way. So there's a wee tip for you. And lastly, we've got group as well. So you can create an automatic group, so something happens as you move down. We've got the grid group, we've got comparisons as well, so you've got a little slider there. We've got a stack and a slideshow as well. We're going to start off easy, and we're going to include an image. So something that you're going to find out is that when we're doing our Microsoft Minis sessions, we've got the PowerPoint Pros. I've got lots of images there that I've already downloaded as a part of those sessions that are pre-recorded. So I'm going to include those for today's session. So we've got a caption in here. So I could put in the PowerPoint Pro. Just include that as my description, and I can now add in my image. So I'm going to go suggested. I can include my image from OneDrive, Flickr, Bing Images, so I can search for an image that will be marked as copyright free as well if I click on this. So the Creative Commons license, it will include all of these images. You can use Picket, you can use YouTube video, or you can upload from my device, and that's what I'm going to do here. So I'm going to come down to, where was the pictures? Here we are. And here's some images that I used from that session. So now we have an image and a description included as well. So let's use this. Now you'll notice that my sway actually goes from left to right, or the camera's all over the place there, it's flipped. It goes from left to right for me on the screen. This is something that you can change. There we go, PowerPoint Pros, the description, there's the picture. This is something that you can change by going into the settings and changing the layout. Now your students can do this as well, which is a great feature. It's not just the person who creates it. So there's my full image, and we can click on it to make it bigger if we need to. I've still got the whoever wrote it and created these different images in there that we created. And yep, so there's our next part of our sway. So let's come back to edit. This time I'm wanting to include a group, and I'm wanting to do a comparison here. So this is where I'm going to do upload image number 1 and image number 2. So for this image, we are going to do, let's type in rain. Okay, so I'm going to add in this image that has been marked with Creative Commons that we're able to use it. Oh, that worked. Let's try that again. There we go. And this time I'm going to put in fact, let's go for rainy woods. There we go. I like that better. So let's go for this one. And for this image, we are going to choose sunny woods. Okay, we've got the links to the information on those two images in there as well. So, there we go. We've now got that comparison. So I can now hit play, and as I come down, let's go to view. There we go. I've now got a comparison that I can do here, which is really cool. So look at these images here. I can go from the rainy woods to the sunny woods. This will be great for your class if you're wanting to compare maybe two experiments that you used in science, and you're wanting to look at the different color reactions that you've got. So you could have one side is the purple color reaction, one side is the green color reaction. Maybe you're wanting to do a comparison of the seasons in your class. Maybe that's something you're looking at. You can compare from the left to the right. Maybe it's the winter and it's the same photo on the left is the summer. So that's a great way for you to do that. I love that setting there. Let's come back up. We're going to go back to edit. I'm going to get rid of this. So to delete something that you don't want there, we can actually click on the delete button. And if I click on this section here, so the comparison, I'm going to click on the set emphasis on this card. So it's going to make it the card a lot bigger now. And I'm going to do the same for this one. We can include a focus point as well, which is really cool. So tap on what's important so that Sway can position your image. Okay, so we are going to tap on the elephant in the middle there. So if you are looking on different devices, then it will choose whatever is the most important part of your image in there. or you can select the entire image is important and it will put the entire image in. I like the elephant and the dinosaur there. So now let's view. Again, we need to change that default from scroll left to right. I like it up and down ways. So we've got now the pictures are large and they take up the whole screen, and that way I can scroll left to right and it includes the whole screen. Fantastic. So this time we are now wanting to add in a different type of media. We're going to go to group again and we're going to go to stack. Okay. So this time we're going to add in our content and I'm going to upload that content. And I'm going to include all of these images here. I just did a shift click to select them all. And now all of these images are grouped, should be grouped. Okay, so now that all our images are in the stack, we can hit on play. And as we scroll down, I'm really going to have to change this to default. As we scroll down, we'll see all of our pictures, and here is our stack. So I can make that bigger. And it will, and we can scroll through. That will just make the individual image bigger. We can actually scroll through all of these images, like when you're showing off your photos from after your holiday, and you're showing everyone the physical photo, it creates a little stack of photos and a really nice kind of way to see everything. So that's the stack. It's a nice wee setting there. So now that we've had a look at the stack, let's have a little look at adding in something else. So we can also go into the group and we can include slideshows, stacks, comparison, we've done those, grids, so a grid view of the images, and automatic as well, so insert an automatic group, so it'll group everything together. So let's have a little look now at the settings for this sway. So up in the top right hand corner, we're going to click on the three dots and we're going to come down to settings for this sway. We can change the language, so I'm going to change that to English United Kingdom. We can show text direction buttons as well, don't really need that, and use the right to left layout. Maybe if you're using a home tongue that has that, that system of reading from right to left, you can actually select that as well. You've got viewers and co-authors can duplicate this sway. That is a fantastic tool, and it's essentially like a copy this whole sway and allows you to edit your own version of that. It's a great thing for if you're a teacher, you create your sway, you send that out to your pupils, they can then create their own version and use that for their notes. It's a brilliant feature for them. So yes, keep that tip. Viewers can print this sway. That's kept on because of the duplicates turned on. Viewers can change the layout of this sway. That's absolutely fine. So that's the one where you can change it from the side to side or up and down. I like to be able to allow people to change it because they've got different different design likes. I like to go up and down, but some people like to go right to left and left to right. And show the sway informational footer as well. We'll leave that on. You can put an autoplay on as well. So this is a really cool feature. So every 15 seconds, in fact, let's make it 5 seconds so that it's not going to take too long. We can include the autoplay. So when I now hit play, every 5 seconds, it's going to start moving on to the next section. So there we go. We can use this as a slideshow, which is really cool. So if you're wanting to, maybe you're wanting to show off some of the learning that's happening in your school, you could put this on your very front TV in the office possibly, and showcase some of the amazing learning that's going on in your school. Maybe you could use it for announcements as well. We've got it set to keep playing around. You've got your autoplay settings in the corner as well. So if you're wanting to increase the time, do that from there, and you can turn off the loop continuously as well. Let's pop back to edit now. So now that we've had a play around with our sway, we've had a look at adding in different images, text. We've not included just text, so let's do that just now. So we're wanting to include just a piece of text down at the bottom. Thank you for joining us on sway. For Windows key and full stop for the emojis, and we'll just put a smile. There we go. And we will make that a little bit bigger as well. You can adjust the size of it if you're wanting to make it a heading, or if you're wanting to play around with how it all looks, you can do that. I'm just going to hit undo, so Control Z just to undo there. You've got your undo buttons on the top right. We are going to emphasize that. We're not going to make it a hyperlink though. So let's click play now, and you'll see down at the very oops, down at the very, we'll just go through the very end, we've got our text. Thank you for joining us on our sway. Oops. Thank you for joining us on sway. Okay. So let's pop back to edit. It's because it's auto playing for me. That's why it's jumping there. So what can we do with this now? Now we can hit share, and we're going to share this with our pupils. So all you do to hit share, you've got a few options here. You can share it with specific people or groups. So that's where you can include their email addresses and send it off to them. Anyone in the organization with the link, so you can copy this link and share it to anyone within your school's organization or your work's organization, or you can change it to anyone with the link. If you've not got any personal details on there, I tend to make it anyone with the link, because then I can access that on my own accounts if I'm working from work, if I'm working from home, if I'm working from different devices as well. Then sometimes you just need to be able to quickly access that. I quite like anyone with link. If you've got anyone included in this with, or maybe some private information that you can't share out, I'd select either specific groups or people in your organization. Then once you've gotten your link, or you sent it off to the email address, it's important that you change it from either view or edit as well. So when you're wanting to share this out to, so for example, if I share this out to Tony or Dan within our organization, then I've given them the right to edit. So I click on the link there and they can edit that. When Lucy sent me her stuff through, I was the right to view, just because in case I clicked any of the settings and then deleted anything important off of there. So we've got that information in there. So you can either change it from view to edit or edit to view in there. Make sure that you change the copy link afterwards as well, because it does change the link. You can get your visual link as well. So this is a really cool one. So if you're wanting to paste this into an email address, or an email message, or onto some other form of message, you can actually get the visual link, which is essentially, it's like a picture, and it's like a preview of your sway, kind of like how YouTube does it with the this is what the video that you're going to click on with the thumbnail. You'll get that for your sway. It's really quite cool. So we can click on copy, and now if I go to an email, I can actually paste that in, and there's a visual link there, a picture for somebody to click. It's not just a link for them to click. So it's quite a nice way to share that. And lastly, you can include a password to view or edit this way. So if you're sharing this out, you need to give, maybe just you're wanting people in your class to edit this way or have a wee look at it, you can give them a password so they're the only ones who are able to take part in that way. So so that's, I'm just going to reset those settings there because I've been playing around with them. So let's take a wee look at the Sway homepage now. So if I click on Sway on the top left, so I can now see all of these sways that I am linked into. You've also got some templates as well that you can use for your students. So one that I particularly enjoyed was the fractals one. I thought this was really cool. So this is one that somebody else has created. This is not one that I've created. This has been shared out with people. So we've got the Koch curve, and is it Koch? I'm going with Koch, and the Koch snowflake as well. So we've actually got some images, we've got a bit of text. This is the kind of thing that you could share out with your students to give them all of their kind of lecture note style, and it also allows them to edit and add in their own notes as well. So we've got here a sway within a sway. So this is the presentation part, which is really cool. So we can use the buttons below. So there's our video that we can watch. We've got some questions, and we've got some images as well that we can look at. We've got different steps as well. So level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4, and these are all clickable. What's really cool is the pictures all jump up as well. And I really love this. So this is continuously zooming in of the Koch curve as well. And we've got some how to answer the questions as well. So I just thought that was a really neat way for you to showcase your learning, and to show that we've got all of the templates and lesson plans on there. So definitely go and have a look on there. So you will see that all of your sways that you have edited are up here in the My Sways part. If you've viewed any sways as well, these are all on here. So I've had a look at a couple of those. Solutions to the big world's biggest problems. That's a great one for linking into COP26 as well, if you want to have a wee look. So we've got the viewed, we've got a bit of analytics as well. So how many total views and how many people have had to look at total time viewing, these kind of things. If you're a teacher, that might be interesting for you. And lastly, you've got your deleted sways as well. So that is Microsoft Sway. Thank you so much for joining us. I'll see you on the big screen in 2 seconds. Thank you so much for joining us on our Microsoft Day of Learning #MDL21 session on Microsoft Sway today. I hope that you've enjoyed today's session and that you have now learned how to create your first Microsoft Sway and share that with your students. If you need to contact us, please use the #MDL21 and let us know that you have taken part. We are going to be so excited to go through all of the comments and features that people are mentioning as their favourite. So thank you so much for joining us today. You can find us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. We're absolutely everywhere. So please do let us know how you have gotten on. Thank you so much for joining us, and we will see you on the next session. Cheers again. Bye.